Welcome back, everyone. Your little Captain Gilbert has returned for another video for you guys today. And here, this was like the most neutral freaking fake. Well, not the thumbnail, but this was the most neutral face cover I could find. But you already seen the title of this video. I know I did this one time beforehand, but it wasn't as good as I could have made it back then, because my ideas weren't as great as I previously made it before. But this is still a remake, and this is still a tribute to Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball. R.I.P. man. Moment of silence for him, please. Okay, now with all that being said, I wanted to redo this in his honor because there was a lot of things I could have done, but I missed a lot of it. So once again, we're redoing Saiyan Deku part 1, but this isn't this is still a part 1, so you guys will never know. But anyway, with that being said, let's just get into the video. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Cue the intro.
It doesn't matter who's wrong, who's right.
So, how would we get a Saiyan Deku? I'm gonna make it very interesting in the best way I can. Sure, I can make him be born with the quirk Saiyan, or I could just make him a natural Saiyan. But no, I'm going to give it the most unique way I can make him a Saiyan. And where would that all start? Well, it would start 1 billion years after the events of Dragon Ball Z. All that crap had actually happened. And we would cut in the middle of Universe 7 onto the wandering spirit of Yamoshi. This is where it's all going to start. Yamoshi has been watching over Universe 7 for eons now. He's existed before, like, Goku and Vegeta's time, and even long after their passing and whatnot. And has seen the Saiyan race, like, diminish over time to where they truly became extinct in the end. He's seen, even besides Goku and Vegeta, he's seen many warriors. He's seen Beerus. He's pretty much just seen everybody. Like Supreme Kai Shin, Trunks, Gowasu, Jiren, Topo, all of that. How, you may ask? Wandering spirit. Like, he gets around. He goes around to, like, lots of universes. He's just a lingering spirit in Universe 7, but he generally does go everywhere. And existing around for eons, he thinks that it's about time that his spirit finally moves on from the mortal plane, instead of wandering around here anymore. At this point, there are no more Saiyans on the planet to summon his spirit for the Super Saiyan God ritual. Only planets that remain are on planet Sadala in Universe 6, but his spirit isn't there. He briefly went there to observe, but that's not where his spirit, like, truly lingers. At this point, Yamoshi has no reason to stand around anymore. But he doesn't want to let his power go to waste, though. With all the experience and everything else he's gained so far, he feels that if there's more to him to exist than before. So as his spirit passes on, he goes toward the afterlife and meets King Yama for the first time. King Yama has been expecting Yamoshi for a long time now, but he's just refused to pass on to the after realm. Why is he doing this now of all times? And Yamoshi would tell him that's because his business is not done yet. What does he mean? He's here now. He can't go back. He knows, but he wants to still help in a different way. And how does he intend to do that? Simple. He intends to help an entirely different universe. No, an entirely different dimension. No, a whole new reality as a whole. What? And Yamoshi explained, he failed his entire race last time. Because from what I gathered, guys, the Universe 6 and Universe 7, they're twin universes. But something had always bugged me. When Vegeta and Goku met Kaba for the first time, the Universe 6 Saiyans, it was questioned why doesn't Kaba have a tail? And Kaba pretty much explains that the tails never pretty much existed. And then Vegeta asked him what planet do they call their homeworld? And when Kaba said Sadala, Vegeta instantly recognized it. Wait, planet Sadala, it's still around? And then like Vegeta would go on to explain that planet Sadala was destroyed by a civil war. And from what I managed to determine, that was Yamoshi and the other pure five-hearted Saiyans. Basically, what I deduced that it was a long war between like the pure good-hearted Saiyans and the evil Saiyans of Universe 7, like which is why they're world conquerors and stuff. And then you got the Universe 6 Saiyans that were nocturnally good, that were like still warriors, but they would help planets perspire and terraform them for the age of good, not evil. But it turns out that Yamoshi lost, which is why his spirit was still lingering, which is why the Super Saiyan God ritual exists, because it's Yamoshi trying to right the wrongs of him losing that battle eons ago. Which is why the Universe 7 Saiyans have tails and the Universe 6 Saiyans don't. That's what I was able to deduce from that. Or you can just call me out of it if I'm wrong, but that's the theory I'm going with for this one. But anyway, Yamoshi said he wants to right the wrongs where he completely failed. Where he failed to save his world, he won't fail to save the next one. So he asked King Yama to be reincarnated into someone into another being. Into another being. He wishes to be reincarnated He wishes to be reincarnated as a Saiyan once more, but on a completely different reality. He wants to save people. He wants to save people once more. He wishes to help the people that he failed, and he feels like this is his penance. He truly does not deserve any afterlife if he failed to save his own friends and family in the end. King Yama says this is possible, but is he sure he really wants to do this? This would mean that his spirit, his soul would be like lost forever and be reincarnated into something different. Like it would be reshaped into something completely new and different. Yamoshi says he's fine with it, but he asks a special request from King Yama. And what's that? And Yamoshi would tell him all of his experience, all of everything that he's seen. Can he somehow pass that knowledge onto his next being? Can he somehow not really curse, but bless his next vessel with the knowledge of everything he's gained so far? King Yama would think about this for a bit. And yes, this is doable. But is he sure this is something he really, really wants? Because if he's going to be reincarnated as a Saiyan again, he could lose his mind with that level of power. But Yamoshi says yes. His spirit is a brave warrior that fights for good, not evil. He may be a Universe 7 Saiyan, but in the terms of morality, he's almost like a different breed of Saiyan. Jesus Christ. Still got fruit stuck in my teeth. Anyway, King Yama would tell him, yes, he can do this. This is completely possible in all its set of reality. But is this really worth it to Yamoshi? It means he'll be barred from this reality forever. There probably won't even be a way back if he does this. Yamoshi said he's fine with it. He's completely fine with whatever King Yama does, but as long as his terms do meet the rest. Okay then. As Yamoshi knows what he's done. He almost forgot to ask one thing. What now? He wants the potential of his next born vessel to be completely wide open to the range of abilities and powers that he's going to be remembering. Are you serious? And Yamoshi would say yes. He wants there to be an endless pool of untapped potential, pretty much a limitless, a broken limiter upon this wide empty void of space of potential, meaning there was no limit to how strong he could get. The only limit was this next Saiyan's imagination. King Yama would say, okay, that's it, no more favors. Yamoshi said Yamoshi was fine with that since he pretty much had enough already. And King Yama like wrote that into Yamoshi's paper, and he's about to stamp it. As he really does ask Yamoshi, is he sure he doesn't really want an afterlife as he is now? Yamoshi would just nod. And, well, okay then. King Yama would stamp Yamoshi's paper as Yamoshi would begin to glow. He would begin to glow like a bright golden color. His Super Saiyan God form is still happening. It's still like bright and red as it once was. But then King Yama like just wishes Yamoshi good luck, and he hopes to see him again, but he knows for a fact that won't happen. As Yamoshi just disappears, like snap, he's gone. He just poofs out of the Dragon Ball Z world, well, the Dragon Ball world, until he's in the world of My Hero Academia now. But something is different. It's almost as if he's back on planet Sadala again. Yamoshi would like realize that he's being carried. Like carried? Wait, what? What's happening? As he like looks over at himself and he does see, okay, he has a tail. Wait, this is the wrong color. His tail's supposed to be brown. Why is it? And then he feels himself being placed into like a small orb. This is a baby container. Wait, and then he looks at his whole body. He's a baby again. But why? And then he realizes, holy crap. This is planet Sadala again. This is planet Sadala. But wait. Why what's going on? Why is everything like breaking apart and being destroyed? What's going on? As the two people that placed him in the pod were this version of Yamoshi's parents. As pretty much they say goodbye to their son one last time, and his father gifts him something to remember him by. He takes a red bandana or headband off of his head and basically wraps it around Yamoshi's head. And he said, basically they told him to live on, and the Saiyan race, it's all up to him to save the universe. Well, to save the Omniverse, basically. What? As then the space pod would then shoot off into outer space. As Yamoshi would realize he is a baby again. But wait, he looks very different. His whole body is like very different. For one, his tail isn't even brown anymore. Here we are, guys. As Yamoshi would look at his tail, he would see that he has a black tail. Wait, but Saiyans don't have black tails. Like, wait a minute. He heard about this a long time ago, where the ancient Saiyans were like their great ancestors, even greater than their time, actually had black tails. They were known as the ancient Saiyans. Holy crap. So his great ape form is going to be a black furred Saiyan. Okay, crap. So that's already like, a crazy amount of development right there. But that's not all, guys, because I'm trying to build the best version of the Saiyan. Because that's only like the Saiyan side of him. But wait till you see the ki and the other sets of his origin. So his ki is based off of this character, Cumber. Yep, that's right. Deku is pretty much based, well, his ki is pretty much based off of Cumber here. And oh crap. So, but that's not all, because he has natural adaptation when he fights, because he adapts like this character, Broly. Yep, he also has Broly's adaptation. And if you saw in the Broly movie, Vegeta said it himself, he's learning as he fights. So not only is this version of Deku going to also just be super goddamn strong, and he's an ancient Saiyan, but he's also going to be adapting and learning as he's fighting. But I'm not done yet, because we haven't seen his potential. Now, you guys should pretty much know who's the most broken character in all when it comes to potential. Well, I couldn't really decide on it, because there's actually two characters that come to mind. So I just said, screw it, and I decided to combine them. But instead, I finally found it, and I based it off of this one sole character. So this Deku's potential is going to be based on this character. Bam, here we are, Composite Goku. And Composite Goku pretty much has the techniques of everyone Well, yeah, and I mean absolutely everyone in the Dragon Ball like multiverse, So he has Candy Beam, he has Kaioken, he has what else? Force Spirit Vision, Gigantification, Healing, Cloning. He has pretty much all that stuff, and he has that amount of potential. Wait, no, that's like the technique version. If you want to base it off potential, I give it to Frieza and Gohan. There you go. If you guys want to say that's a separate thing. If you won't take this for potential, because you might say those are like the techniques of library, that's a library of techniques he has, not really potential, then base his potential off of Frieza and Gohan mixed together. There you guys go. And that's one hell of a crazy ass potential if you freaking tell me. But if not, then you can take composite Goku as potential. I'll still be treating it the same way anyway. But yeah, so this version of Deku's like a freaking ancient mutant goddamn Saiyan who's gonna not only adapt as he fights, but has like an infinite pool of strength to pull from when it comes to the Dragon Ball universe of techniques. Not only that, but his potential is so goddamn high with very little training and with some rage boost because he's a Saiyan. Oh my god, he's gonna be far above anything in his entire reality. He'll be busted. Okay, do I have everything down? I got the potential, I got the Saiyan body type and everything. So I guess I can move on with that. Yeah, so yeah, okay, Deku will have access to God Ki, but he won't exactly know how to do it yet. But don't worry, I have a story on how that can actually go. But I can't tell you guys that part yet because we're not there yet. So, right now, just natural Saiyan forms. And yeah, GT is also included, you guys. So 4 and 5 do exist here for this version of Deku. So, let's move on. Anyway, Saiyan Pod time. Basically, like in the original, there's a Saiyan Pod flying through space. Deep space, actually. And heading towards its target, which is planet Earth. And let's cut to planet Earth for a moment here. Shit, here we go. Now, as this will be happening here, we cut to I'm trying to think. Yeah, we cut to a green-haired woman in the hospital. Well, at the doctor's office with a white-haired man. Not an old man, but they both seem to be relatively young, which is crazy. This is planet Earth, right? So why is everybody looking so different? Well, it's because these species of human have actually developed superpowers. And due to some type of disease or plague in their genetics and everything, humanity has developed superpowers, and they call these powers quirks right here. But wait, why are we focusing on these two specifically? Well, that's simple. Sorry about that. And well, the doctor just says, well, Mr. and Mrs. Midoriya, I don't. You know what? Okay. Ooh, I got this. Well, Mr. Midoriya and Miss Shimura, I don't exactly know how to tell you this, but your chances of conceiving a child are slim to none. What? As the white-haired man, are you sure? And the green-haired woman would call to him, Hasashi, please. Hasashi. So now we know the man's name is Hasashi Midoriya. Hold on, Inko. I need to know if he's sure. And we know the green-haired woman as Inko Shimura and Hasashi Midoriya. Well, they're trying to have a kid, so they might have to be a couple. What do you mean? Mr. Midoriya, sir, please calm down. We've run the test and we've done everything we could. But your wife, it seems she's infertile. I'm sorry, but there is no way for you to have a child at all. I'm really sorry. I wish things were different, but they aren't. It's not your fault. As they leave the doctor's office and they pretty much head back to their home. As now we know the man Hasashi is sitting on the couch, and pretty much he just sits there depressed as Inko pretty much just heads to the bedroom and everything. And because she was very upset, she started crying herself into the bed until eventually she fell asleep. And then waking up in the middle of the night did she really oversleep? She realizes that Hasashi is not next to her in the bed, even though it's fucking like 2 in the morning. Did he fall asleep on the couch? As Inko gets up, and when she does, she goes into the living room, and she doesn't see Hasashi anywhere. I'm sorry, guys. I have to do it this way. I would have done it a different way, but I can't. But she doesn't see anything in the living room. Hasashi? She even calls to him, but nothing. She checks all the rooms and even the bathroom. He's not even in there. Where could he be? Until she goes back into the bedroom and she sees something that she didn't notice before. Well, she probably wasn't looking in that direction, but she sees a piece of paper next to the desk of where she was sleeping. And as she picks up the piece of paper, only 2 words are there. I'm sorry. As Inko's no idiot, she knew exactly what happened. She's not dumb by any means. I'm sorry. That was all confirmation she needed. As she just collapsed into the bed and started crying herself even more. Until she heard like a mini sonic boom. Crazy enough, it was her birthday, the 4th of July. I'm setting it up to be really sad, guys, but don't worry, it's all gonna be okay. As she looks outside her window, and she decides to go out for a walk. Maybe that'll clear her mind. As the fireworks are still going, yes, even this early and like late or whatever, it doesn't really matter. So anyway, as that stuff is going on, she walks into like an open valley or something, like over the hills or a forest. As she just sits there, being depressed, and as she remembers like Hasashi leaving because she can't have any children. She tears up again until like she looks up into the sky. And then she sees something beautiful. A star, almost a meteor shower. No, that's exactly it. She sees a meteor shower. This is amazing. Inko's not a child. She doesn't believe in fairy tales. But hell, if she can indulge just this one thing, then please, please. She puts her hand together in a prayer-like motion. I know this is childish. I know things like these aren't real. But if I could believe this one time, just once, I'll never ask again. Please. As divine intervention just seems to have granted Inko's wish, as, well, the spaceship that was now entering Earth's atmosphere had seemed to come down again, as it created a sonic boom entering the atmosphere. But since fireworks were going on, it pretty much was masked by that. As Inko would see this, and immediately the spaceship would actually accidentally hit one of the meteors that was in the meteor shower, causing it to go off course, and causing it to come straight toward Inko. As Inko would slowly get up, realizing, oh shit, a meteor is heading straight for her. She needs to get up and move. As she gets up, she uses her telekinesis to try to lift herself. I'm gonna say she has average telekinesis, so she can actually lift herself and fly a bit. So as she does, she's not, that immersed and well-trained with it, so she's able to barely get out of the way. Barely escape. As, boom! A huge explosion happens, but fireworks are still going on, so no one's gonna notice that. That's how I'm getting it to, set up right. And, ow. Inko's covered in dirt and whatnot. She gets up. What was that? A meteor almost hit me. But as she gets up, she realizes that she looks over and that thing looks nothing like a meteor. As, what the heck is that thing? She sees it. Oh, whoops, dang it. She sees the space pod. Is that an alien ship? Wait, this could be from the FBI. Oh man, I could be seeing something I'm not supposed to see right now. As she's about to walk away, that is until she hears a baby crying. Wait, what? As Inko like looms over the crater, she wasn't exactly going to step over, but she felt obligated to. It's a baby crying. Like who wouldn't help? Who wouldn't do something? As it's almost like literally divine intervention again, granting her wish. Like whatever ground she was standing on actually crumbles beneath her feet as she falls into the crater. I'm paying homage to a little something right there. If you guys actually noticed what I was doing there for a minute, then put it in the comment section. I'll pin your comment if you get it right. As Inko walks up to the like infamous this sphere like thingy, as she gets over and then she hears it opening. As the open air of it comes out, as a little ball would roll out, as she would once again hear the baby crying, and it would be what she thought. What the? As Inko would even see a smaller ball, but inside was a child. She wouldn't really be thinking much of it, like, is this even real? But no, she was awake. Inko would slap herself multiple times, even pinch herself, even even grabbing her hair and like trying to yank it out to see if this is real. But no, this is reality. This is real. As she looks over and sees the baby crying, the baby would all of a sudden stop crying and then look at her. Sorry guys, gotta do a little bit of censorship on here, just so I don't get demonetized. Anyway, Inko would be looking inside and she would see the little baby with a red bandana on its head? What the? As she would walk over and the mini orb would also open within that. As instantly the baby would look up at her. And instantly Inko would be like flabbergasted. Wait, what? Was this a joke here? As now we're going to cut to Yamoshi's perspective. He sees this green, after finally landing for a while, his instincts start taking over and he tries to call out for help, but instead it comes out as crying. He can't, uh-oh. Sorry about that, guys. Jesus Christ. No! Yeah, apologize for that, guys. As Yamoshi screams what come out as him crying, as he's crying out for help, until his space pod would open, as he would fall out in the mini, and the baby preservance orb, as then he would see, this looming figure over him, until he would see that it's a woman. And instantly, Yamoshi would, want to get out and everything, until, the miniature orb would actually open up as well. Yamoshi, upon seeing this green-haired woman, knew that he had to get her attention somehow. He tried to call out to her, but instead his curiosity just beckoned him to open up his arms to, motion for her to pick him up. And as this green-haired woman, got closer to him, she did pick him up. As Yamoshi would start to feel tired now. He felt as if this is where he was supposed to be. I guess the final fulfillment of his reincarnation is happening, as he feels himself fade within this body and within this consciousness. I guess his entire mission was just to make sure he got here, as this is where the remainder of his life will be. As Yamoshi knew that he couldn't really, this wasn't really his life to live. He had already lived it. He just hoped that, whatever his spirit will move on, if his spirit were to pass on to this child, he hoped that whatever this race was, it'll be safe from any villainy. As Yamoshi his spirit turns into the wandering spirit of Yamoshi again, as his whole body is coaxed in red light, as he once again becomes a Super Saiyan God. But instead, that fiery essence spreads apart into just one big flame. And finally, the flame explodes in a raging inferno and spreads throughout the child's body. Finally, the baby gaining its own personality and perspective, as instantly the baby starts crying again. Now we're going to cut to Inko's perspective. I had no idea what to expect from this. An alien spaceship really? But what really surprised me was that it was a child, a baby in there. As the baby started crying, it looked up at me, and as the spear opened, the child held its arms up to me as if it wanted me to pick it up. From what I could see, the child had no covering, and it seemed to be a boy. Well, it's a he. That's a good thing. As immediately when she picked up the child would start being quiet again and trying to calm down. But it's almost as if, but when the child closed its eyes, Inko would immediately feel something, like the atmosphere would change a bit. She would almost, as if her human nature itself, because remember, humans, we still kind of have like animal instinct in that. So with that instinctive nature, Inko would immediately feel like calming nature coming from this child. Almost, she doesn't know. She can feel as if divine energy was leaking off of this child as in its own. But as quickly as it came, it vanished. And then the baby started crying again. As Inko would have to calm the child down. Like, shh, it's okay, it's okay. Oh, man, it's alright, little one. Where are your parents? What's your name? As Inko felt really silly asking a child that. Not like he could have answered back. If this was still Yamoshi, he probably could have, but nope. Huh. As then Inko looked at the space pod again. She would notice the bandana on its head. Like, who gave you that? As Inko would reach for it, and the baby would like reach its hand up and like move her hand away on instinct to not touch it. Oh, so that's yours. Okay, then I guess I won't mess with it now. But as she looks inside the space pod, this is really advanced stuff here. Until like the space pod would give off this strange light, green light, as if it was scanning Inko. Wait, what? As just then, the spaceship would print out a paper, just like that. What? As instantly it prints out like a birth certificate in perfect Japanese. Like, huh? Instantly, the birth certificate was formed. Yamoshi Shimura. Just like that. He has a birth certificate now. And instantly, Inko realized this was her wish. It was granted in an insane alien-like way, but it was granted. She has a son of her own. Holy. And instantly just like that, the space pod would immediately like retract the small orb that little Yamoshi was contained in. And instantly it would close itself back up again as the space pod itself would shoot back into space. What the? Just like that, Inko had birth certificates and all the other paperwork or what was needed for the small child. But the name, Yamoshi Shimura. Well, I guess she didn't have to make up a name. Come on, little Yamoshi. Let's go home. As instantly, Inko would carry off this small child back to her house. Dang it, again. She would carry off the small baby back to her house and back home. This new reincarnated Yamoshi would do in this world, who knows? But he's only just getting started. And that, my friends, is where we're going to end this video off today, right here. This was very fun for me to make, and this was very cool. I'm slow starting it, so you guys tell me what you guys think in the comment sections down below. Hopefully you guys like this video, because this was a lot of work here. But in case y'all do, give me some more ideas on what to do in the beginning. But anyway, this was pretty cool on its own. But with that being said, y'all know what to do. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. Peace, guys.
She likes it when I hit, when I tap. Wait, what? Ay, Shawty's the same. Not without me, she ain't function. Running out the game, I don't got no time for love. Shawty, stick to your lane. I don't wanna hear